Hey guys, this is the Game Digest and here is our Steelrising Beginner's Guide and Top 10 Tips to ease your way in playing the latest Spiders release, Steelrising. Steelrising is a new Souls-like ARPG game releasing on the 8th of September on the PlayStation, Xbox, and the PC. In our early experience with the game's early access beta, we discovered tips and tricks that will help you prepare and crush the game once it releases. Here are the top 10 things you need to know before you start playing Steelrising. 1. Physical damage is key. At the start of the game, there are 4 different classes to choose from, with each class having 2 different main attributes. Don't be confused with these, even though these classes are related with certain attributes. Always take note that all weapons have physical damage attributes, and this dictates the amount of base damage you can deal to your enemies. Before considering any multipliers or any infusion damage, take into account the base damage first from your physical damage attribute. So always consider giving points to either power or agility first, as these two are the ones that directly increases the physical damage attribute. 2. Take advantage of infused weapons. In this game, you will have the ability to infuse your weapons with different elements like fire or flame, ice or frost, and fulmination or electricity. With each element afflicting different effects, like for fire, it ignites your enemies causing continuous damage, for frost, it freezes enemies, hindering their ability to move, and for electricity, it electrocutes your enemies making them go haywire, causing additional damage and restricting their movement. Some weapons have infusions as their special move. These type of weapons are very powerful as they not only can stagger your opponents, they can also immobilize your enemies with your chain attacks, but they can also afflict further effects like burn, freeze, or electrocute them. So save up for these kinds of weapons as they are a great part of your arsenal that you can choose from. 3. Affliction stacking. Now that we learned about weapon infusions, let's discuss what is infusion stacking. For the flame element, igniting is triggered immediately after hitting the enemies with a flame-infused weapon or a flame grenade. For frost and fulmination, the freezing and electrocution is only triggered once the alchemical gauge is filled up. Affliction stacking happens if you have equipped weapons of the same elemental infusion and hitting your enemies interchangeably with them, filling up the alchemical gauges faster. This enables fast triggering of the weapon's debuffs or prolonging the infused weapon's effects. This is important to note so you can plan your main choice of weapons and which ones to upgrade first. 4. Multiple afflictions. With the previous tip, we learned that afflictions can stack with the same weapons, but how about when there are 2 different infused weapons? Will the second affliction negate the first? In our experiments, we found out that you can actually stack 2 or even 3 different afflictions, and this is huge. Like here, we comboed frost and fire, fire for the continuous damage and frost to freeze the enemy once triggered. We also tried combining flame and electricity. We discovered that you can electrocute your enemies first so they receive more damage and then hit them with a flame-infused weapon for added continuous damage. These multiple afflictions knowledge can really help you plan out which weapon to choose and partner with and which playstyle you'll be going for. 5. Anima essence is king. In our first impressions review, link posted in the description below, which we highly recommend that you also check out, we learned that anima essence is not only utilized to upgrade your attributes and weapons, but is also the main currency used in purchasing items, weapons, equipment, modules, and materials at the boutique or shop. Efficiently managing your anima essence and farming it can significantly improve your game, allowing you to level up your character earlier, upgrade your weapons, and buy useful items and equipment at the boutique. 6. Use the AVARICE module as soon as possible. In Steelrising, you can unlock and equip modules which will aid you by giving you various passive effects. The AVARICE module is one of the best early modules you should equip. The AVARICE module increases the amount of ANIMA essence every time you kill an enemy. This module is extremely helpful since ANIMA is the main fuel to get your upgrades and is the currency used at the boutique. So as soon as you come across the module, make sure to consider it to improve your game. 7. Always check the boutique first before spending your ANIMA essence. You'll be able to access the boutique via the vessels you activate and through your carriage. This is an important tip to consider if you want to be efficient in spending your ANIMA essence. In other games, leveling up for the attribute increase may be your priority, but this isn't always the case in Steelrising. In our experience, buying modules, better weapons, items, or materials can sometimes prove more beneficial rather than increasing attributes from leveling up. So make sure to make it a habit to check the boutique first, especially when you discover new vessels before actually spending your hard-earned ANIMA essence. 8. Use your spirit essences wisely. Spirit essence contains an amount of ANIMA essence that can be gained once used or opened. There are 3 types of spirit essences, such as the first, the essence of a lesser spirit that contains 250 ANIMA. Second is the essence of a valiant spirit that contains 500 ANIMA. And the third one is the essence of a noble spirit, which contains 750 ANIMA. Calculate the amount you want to use for leveling up, upgrading, etc. so that you can be efficient. Because once you have a large amount of excess ANIMA and you die twice before you get the chance to retrieve them, then it would be a huge loss. So use this as a reminder to carefully plan out the exact number as to how many of these spirit essences you will be opening. 9. No attack animation cancel. In Steelrising's early access beta, there's no animation or way to cancel your attacks. You can't dodge, block, or parry incoming attacks if your attack animation is not finished yet. Carefully planning your attacks or moves and timing them perfectly is a skill you must learn and master early. You also need to consider efficient stamina usage with your every move, as you don't want to end up overheating. That would limit your actions and make you more vulnerable to your enemy's attacks. So we advise you take your time and study enemy patterns and also manage efficiently how you use your stamina. 10. Smash everything up. As a Souls-like game, this isn't something new. Crates and other breakables are spread throughout each zone. Breaking them can earn you valuable loots which will help you progress and get stronger faster. In this game, it's not only crates that gives you the hidden treasures, but also the objects found in the environment that you'll encounter. Just like here, we came across these hanging sandbags on our first playthrough and we didn't realize that you can actually hit them for a loot drop. If you jump and hit it, it will drop some loots. Be sure to be on the lookout for every possible breakable or hidden treasures. So those are the top 10 things you need to know before you play Steelrising. Feel free to post down below your comments about our video. Stay tuned for the next tutorial and guide for Steelrising. If you want more gaming content, be sure to like and subscribe to the Game Digest, and don't forget to enable notifications by clicking on the bell icon. Thank you for your support and stay tuned for our next game guides and reviews. We'll see you next time. Cheers!